Go on air. And welcome into the sixth match of the day, the 15th annual NJC Spectacular here on your computer, ColoradoPreps.tv. I'm Ben Black. I'm very glad you've joined us for this one, our final match of pool play between Caliche and Sterling. Doesn't make any bit of difference in the standings, but this match, this tournament, as I've said all day long, is about these teams being able to get 4 matches in a day here and play some quality volleyball throughout the day. Caliche's 2-0. Sterling's 0-2. Sterling's guaranteed a matchup with Briggsdale. Caliche's guaranteed a matchup with Akron in the cross rounds, as this is the third match of the day for each of them. And Sterling will have to turn around after this one on this court and play Briggsdale, so they'll end up playing 3 matches in a row. And they'll start with the serve. White jerseys in your far court. Near court is Caliche in the black. Emma Schultz with the serve for Sterling. Will be fielded back row by Weingart. Set up for Edler. Edler with the attack, knocked down and in for a kill. The opening point of the match goes the way of the Caliche Lady Buffs. Jess Taylor will come on as back to serve goes Jaden Lambrecht. Lambrecht will line the serve deep, and she'll come up with an ace. We're going to get that third place match underway over on the black court between Dayspring Christian and Heritage Christian, where neither are playing. So then my guess is Caliche will have to turn around right after or shortly after this match and head over to the black court to play their championship against Akron. Edler with the tip. It goes down and in for a kill, 3-0 for Caliche. They started off on a 13-0 run in Game 1 against Heritage Christian in their last match. Jaden Lambrecht with the serve will be lined down the middle. Ball popped up high, and at the net, the ball's tipped over by Sterling, but in the net on her follow-through went Maggie Adney. And it's 4-0 Caliche. Lambrecht with the serve. Ball lined down the middle, popped up back row, set up high, and the attack hammered deep and caught the back line. Did Emily Werner. For the opening Sterling point of the match, they find themselves down 4-1. Adney with the serve. She'll hit a high top deep, popped up by Jan, chased down by Lambrecht, and then a free ball over by Edler. Attack back over by Sterling, set up in the attack and hammered deep by Edler, and in the net went the Sterling Tigers. Interesting thing here, a lot of these players are sophomores for Caliche, and all but one is sophomores for Sterling. They're in the same school district. A lot of these kids may even be neighbors. Some of the Caliche players come from the Sterling area and head out to the Caliche school. An ace for Sammy Morgan makes it 6-1 Caliche. And Morgan will get the serve once again. Sammy lines it down the middle. Ball popped up high, chased down. And then a free ball will be played over. Checked up by Morgan on the back row. Lambrecht underneath it. She'll set it up, and Edler will hammer it down and in for a kill. So Edler picking up another nice swing. And a timeout will be taken by Kristen Kugler for Sterling. So what's about set to take place over on the black court is the 5th place match of this tournament. And then when this one's concluded, the 7th place match of the tournament will be played between Sterling and Briggsdale. Okay.
Ones will be here.
Okay.
Twos will be there. And fours are going to go in the auxiliary gym.
Okay, so we'll play the ones after this one.
Ones right here.
Perfect. Thank you. So we got that cleared up. Marcy Henry, the AD, said that Sterling is going to move with Briggsdale into the auxiliary gym, so no video coverage of that. And the championship match between Caliche and Akron will follow this one. Otis and Resurrection Christian will play on the black court. So we'll be short a match on our broadcast schedule, but, 15 in a day still ain't bad. The attack hammered down by Megan Pierce and in for a kill, and Caliche makes it 8-1. And Morgan will hit a line shot low. Ball tipped over the top of the block of the net, dug out by Lambrecht. Bumps that up high by Taylor, and Pierce will tip it over the block. Ball punched back up at the net, and the hammer down deep for Sterling by Josie Blagg. Set up, and the hammer knocked deep by Taylor. Big set up, and the line shot blocked down by Taylor. Then free back over by Emma Schultz. Lambrecht will set up for Edler. Edler crawling the net court and dropping it down and in for a kill. 9-1. Go the Caliche Buffs. And Sammy Morgan will continue with the serve. Ball line short, popped up back row. Running bumps that up, and a free ball knocked into the net by Emily Werner. Will make it 10-1. Ball line deep, popped up back row, and the attack angled over, chipped up high by Jess Taylor, set it up, and the attack will be knocked back deep by Edler, and into the stands was out. 10-2. Sterling gets their second point of the match. Sterling Briggsdale's over there, so we will cover that. You have those two also in the championship. 11-2 now for Caliche as Rachel Edler will get the serve. Edler lines the ball deep, dug out back row by the Sterling Tigers. Set down the middle, and the attack knocked deep, dug up back row by Edler. Lambrecht will set it up, and the attack by Jan, down and in for a kill. Hannah Jan coming up with the kill. One of three seniors on this Caliche team. Edler with the serve, one of five sophomores. Line down the middle, popped up back row, set it up for the attack from Carly Davis. Too big and out for Sterling, make it 13-2. The ball be lined down the middle. Running bumps that up high, and the attack rifled down by Carly Davis. Stuffed back down off the dig from Caliche. Set up far side. Jan. She's blocked. Dug up by Edler. Tipped over by Pierce. Chipped up on the front row by Patton. And the attack knocked off the block at the net by Werner. Dug up by Edler. Back row. Set up. The attack will be knocked down the line and in for a kill by Hannah Jan. Make it 14-2. Edler will continue with the serve. Will step up, line it down the right line. Set up in the attack, pushed over the top of the block at the net by Emily Werner. Ball punched back over by Taylor. Then punched back over on the set by Patton. Edler up, Lambrecht underneath it. She'll set it up for Pierce. Pierce knocked off the block of the net. Ball chased down and then turned back and into the block of Taylor. No, 4-hit violation on the miss hit from Carly Davis, I believe. And that makes it 15-2 Caliche. Line serve short, ball popped up back row, set it up in the attack, hammered into the net by Emily Werner, makes it 16-2. And Edler will line the ball deep, ball lifted, that's an ace. 17-2. And the timeout will be taken by Kristen Kugler for Sterling. Caliche has played some really good volleyball today. Been very impressed with this Buff team. preseason, they were ranked as high as number 4 by some outlets in Class 1A. They lost week 1 to Weldon Valley in one that we covered online, and it turned around and played very well, getting the win this past Tuesday. And then here today, they may have played Thursday too. I think they just played Tuesday. I don't remember. They're 2-0, looking to go 3-0, up 17-2 here in Game 1 against Sterling. Edler lines a serve deep. Ball popped up back row. And no communication. Free ball knocked back over by Sterling. Edler up. Lambrecht will set it up for Taylor. Banged into the block. Taylor keeps it in play. Kept up by the Caliche Buffs and Morgan, and then freed over by Pierce. Hammered down by Sterling. Kept in play. Jan knocks it down the line. Ball dug up back row, and then a free ball will come over from Werner once again, and Werner's free. Drops down in front of Edler. The serve will go over to Emily Werner for Sterling. Werner lines it down the middle, popped up high by Edler, bumps that up by Jan, and a free ball be played over by Lambrecht. Checked up back row by Burkholder for Sterling. Set it up in the angle attack, knocked over in deep. Ball dug out by Jan, hammered down deep once again, this time by Daria Kramer. Jan will get a nice attack deep. Burkholder digs it out, and in the net went Sterling on the block attempt. Kaylee Lewis and Shani Stump will come on for Caliche. Up 18-3 here in Game 1. Lewis lines the serve into the net. Fifth place match set to get underway over on the black court. Set up in the ball tip by Shani Stump into the block at the net from Carly Davis. Make it 18-5. Serve line deep, popped up high by Edler. Morgan keeps it in play, and Lewis will free it over in deep. Ball popped up back row for Sterling in the attack. Rifled down and in for a kill by Emma Schultz. (18-6). Serve once again from Daria Kramer. The rotation violation on Caliche will make it 18-7. Caliche was up 18-3. Ran off a 9-0 and a 7-0 run so far in this game. And Kramer will serve once again. Kramer line down the middle. That's an ace. So a rotation violation followed by an ace, and Sterling's back within 10 here in Game 1. The ball will be lined deep and missed the back line. So service error ends the run for the Sterling Tigers, and on for Caliche comes Taylor Weingart. Weingart lines it short, drops it in for an ace. (20-8). Line shot down the middle. Ball popped up by Burkholder. Set up for the attack from Adney, and Adney comes up short, clipping the net cord, and it's 21-8. Weingart lines the ball down the middle, popped up for Sterling, and the setup will come for Carly Davis. Davis's attack is dug out by Weingart. Lewis keeps it in the air. Lefty swing by Young gets inside the antenna. Set it up for the attack, knocked deep by Emma Schultz. Dug up back row, set it up in the attack, hammered down deep by Morgan, and chased down by Sterling, but they're not going to get the free over. Great defense just to get there. That's now 22-8. And Taylor Weingart with the serve once again. She'll line the free ball back over onto the Caliche side. Set up for Yon. Yon blocked, rolls off the block, down the net cord and out, 23-8. Weingart just over the net cord, diving dig out for Sterling in the setup and knock deep. Nice dig out by Edler, chase down. Lewis will set it up in the attack, big and deep by Yon. The elbow dig over and down from Anna Kinney. It was kind of a, let me just protect myself a little bit, and the ball lines right over the top of the net and drops. On to serve for Sterling will come Kayla Smock at 23-9. The ball be floated down the middle, popped up by Edler, set up by Lewis. Sammy Morgan tipped it into the block at the net. Ball kept up high and hammered down and in for a kill by Maggie Adney for Sterling. So 23-10. The serve stays on the Sterling side with Kayla Smock. Smock angling for the line, missed it, and it's set point at 24-10. Buff serve comes from Yon, knocked deep, dug out, set over the net and down. That'll stave one off. Get 24-11. And Emma Schultz with the serve. Line down the middle, popped up back row by Sammy Morgan. Lewis chased it down and Edler turns, angles it toward the back corner. Chased down by Sterling and Adney down the middle. She'll float her over the top of the block of the net. Ball dug out. Lewis will throw it back, set it up for Shaney Stump, and her attack drops on down and in for a kill, and that will end game one. 25-11 in favor of Sterling. We'll have the second when we come back to the Bank of Colorado Event Center, 15th Annual NJC Spectacular on coloradopreps.tv.
Big Tex, a name you can trust to build great trailers. Big Tex, the name behind quality, precise design, and depth of production line. Big Tex, where style does not get lost in the rugged construction of products. Big Tex, made to last, made to perform. Big Tex, with years of experience and Texas pride built into every product. When your Big Tex touches the ground, it's tested and warranted, ready to transport the job you have. Get your Big Tex trailer at Sterling Trailers. Call 522-2855.
Kellogg Ewing Levitt Insurance Group is your first and only stop for all of your insurance needs, including health, home, auto, farm, and ranch. Kellogg Ewing Levitt can also provide you with professional and general liability bonds. Kellogg Ewing Levitt, going the extra mile for their clients, and they can do the same thing for you. Call Kellogg Ewing Levitt today to receive a no-obligation quote on your insurance needs. 522-4840. That's 522-4840. Kellogg Ewing Levitt, with offices located at 119 North 3rd Street here in Sterling.
Citto has been a staple in eastern Colorado since 1971. Since 1977, Citto has been your place to go for trusses, wall panels, and buildings. With state-of-the-art equipment allowing Citto to stay on top of the truss industry, Citto wants you to know that while the economy has affected everybody, it's allowed them to provide some different services while being able to maintain their spot as one of the top truss manufacturers in Colorado. Contact Citto Building Components out of Otis at 800-925-3207. That's Citto, proud to support eastern Colorado. You're looking for a used car, but you don't really trust those used car dealers. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto in Sterling, trust is not an issue. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, every vehicle is fully inspected before it goes out on the lot, so you don't have to worry about buying that lemon. For your convenience of shopping, Ertl Brothers Discount Auto is available online anytime at ebautos.com. They understand that not everyone works 9 to 5, so they'll even set up private appointments to work with your schedule. Visit Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 4.
We head to the second here in Sterling. It's the final match of pool play. I'm Ben Blecka. Caliche took the first 25-11. They will be in the far court in their black jerseys here in the second. They will play back-to-back, and they will face Akron next as Sterling receives the serve. Blocked back down by Morgan, kept in play. And the attack at the net by Josie Blagg is blocked down. It says 2-0 on the scoreboard. Did I miss a point? We've only played one. There we go. It's just 1-0. I was going to say, I've seen a lot of volleyball today. Maybe the scoreboard was just being premonition, 2-0. I've seen a lot of volleyball, but I didn't think I've seen enough volleyball to have missed an entire point. It's possible. Emma Schultz with the serve wrong roster. That'll be Hannah Yon with the serve for Caliche into the net. Now Emma Schultz will have the serve for Sterling. Ball line deep, popped up back row by Weingart. Set it up for Edler. Edler hammers it into the block, tipped back over, kept in play. And Werner will try and tip it. And knocked down by Sammy Morgan on the block to make it 3-1. Jaden Lambrecht will have the serve for the Caliche Buffs. Lambrecht lines the ball deep, popped up back row by Schultz, set it up far side. Werner banged it off the block of Morgan and out. And the Sterling Tigers will take the serve once again. Give it to Maggie Adney. Adney lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row by Weingart, set up, and the set hit the antenna. Jaden Lambrecht tried to lead Jess Taylor, and Taylor didn't get there quick enough. Adney with the serve at 3-all. She'll line it down the middle, popped up back row by Yon. Set up down the middle for Edler. Edler hammered deep. Back down the middle for Sterling, and Kramer dug out back row. Set it up, Edler will rifle it deep. Ball popped up high in the back row. And then a free ball from Adney, not going to make it to the net. And 4-3 goes the score. Sammy Morgan with the serve for the Buffs. Ball popped up high in the back row by Emma Schultz, and then a free ball. Diving over and down. A diving free from Kayla Smock. Will go down, and onto the floor will come Marin Patton. She'll serve. Also onto the floor, Carly Davis. Patton lines the ball deep. Dug up by Yon, not cleanly, almost goes into the second deck. And Sterling with a 5-4 advantage here in game 2. Ball line deep by Patton, too deep and out. If you're going to sit in the stands right at the end of the court, you have to make sure you're paying attention. I've seen several fans almost get their heads taken off today. Line shot. Misplayed on the back row by Sterling. That'll be an ace. And 5-5 goes the score. Rachel Edler lines the serve near side. Missed dug by Burkholder, but kept in play. And then a back row swing too big and out as Emma Schultz got undercut trying to take that back row hit. 7-5, Edler with the serve again. She'll line it down the middle, popped up back row, set over the net by Blagg, chased down by Lambrecht. Taylor underneath it for Pierce. She'll push it off the block. Popped up high by Carly Davis, and then set near the net, down the line, diving dig out by Lambrecht. Taylor high, bumps that, and a free ball be played over by Yon. Checked up back row by Schultz for Sterling. Set down the middle, and the ball banged off the block of the net by Daria Kramer, and down and in for a kill. The sophomore, all the sophomores, I've been pretty impressed for Sterling today. Yeah, they're 0-2, but I've seen a lot of positives out of the Sterling team today for them to grow on. A lot of positives from every team today that I've seen. Jan will turn, bang the ball off the block at the net, and it goes down. Lewis and Stumpf will come on. And Kaylee Lewis will serve. Kaylee lines it down the middle. Ball popped up high by Shaylin Burkholder, and then a back row swing coming from Emma Schultz. Diving dig out by Edler, and then a free ball be played back and deep by Pierce. Burkholder chased it down. Ball played up high, and the attack banged into the block at the net by Sterling. Tipped back over on the second hit of the return. Lewis will set it down the middle for Pierce. She knocks it off the block. Set up by Davis to the far side for a lefty tip from Schultz. Jan will then get the return swing back, and the southpaw knocks it off the block and out. And Caliche with a 9-6 advantage gives the serve to Kaylee Lewis. Lewis clipping the net cord, and a rotation violation on Sterling makes it 10-6. Sterling's going to now ask for their lineup to be checked. They weren't anywhere near the appropriate rotation. Lewis with the serve, deep, too deep and out. And give the serve off to Daria Kramer. Kramer lines the ball deep, popped up high by Edler in the back row. Set up down the middle for Hannah Jan. Jan with the attack, down and in for a kill. This has been Hannah Jan's match. We've seen good performances from Sammy Morgan, Rachel Edler, and now Hannah Jan. 11-7, Caliche up 1-0 here in this one. Serve from Weingart, can't be played back over. Not an ace, but as good as an ace. And Weingart will knock the serve deep. Popped up by Burkholder. Set up Patton will go for Adney, and Maggie Adney gets that ball down and in for a kill. Onto the floor for Sterling will come Kayla Smock and Josie Blagg. Smock will have the serve. Kayla lines it down the middle, popped up by Jan, bumps that up by Lewis, and then a free ball played over by Shani Stump. Quick setup back onto the far side, big swing, knocked deep, dugout back row by Edler, and then the free ball be played back over by Adney for Sterling. Jan turns, hits the attack, and just missed that back line. 12-9, Caliche's advantage. Ball clipping the net cord from Kayla Smock, and it goes down and cuts the lead down to 2, 12-10. Line serve down the middle from Kayla Smock. Set it up, Hannah Jan, and Hannah Jan tattoos that back corner in for a kill. (13-10) here in game two, and Hannah Jan will take the serve. Jan rifling it deep. It was going out, and it was not touched by the Sterling back line. Onto the floor for the Tigers comes Emily Werner. Emma Scholes will now have the serve for Sterling, and they commit a service error right back. Jaden Lambrecht will be the server for the Caliche Buffs. She lines it into the net on a service error. It's Maggie Adney's turn at 14-12. She'll knock it deep, popped up high by Edler. Lambrecht will set it up for Taylor, banged off the block at the net. Bump set up by Blagg. The ball will be chased down, and the attack will be knocked deep. Ball popped up on the Caliche back row and freed back deep by Jan. Popped up high by Adney in the back row. Set it up for a flat-footed swing from Daria Kramer. Dug out back row by Caliche, and Edler will turn. She'll angle it inside the antenna. Schultz digs it out, set it out far side. Big line down and in for a kill from Emily Werner, the 5'9" sophomore, to make it a 14-13 game. Maggie Adney with the serve. Adney lines it short, diving dig out for the Caliche Buffs, and Sammy Morgan knocks it into the net, and it's 14-all. And Adney will line the serve deep once again. Ball popped up back row, set it up for Jess Taylor, banged off the block of the net, and it drops down, and not allowing Sterling to have the lead. (15-14). Sammy Morgan with the serve. She'll play it toward the back corner. Bump set up high onto the Caliche side, and Megan Pierce knocks it down. Turn, return, back over, down for Emily Werner. It's 15-all as subs on here to serve Marin Patton for Sterling. Patton lines it to the back corner. Ball played off the net, and Jess Taylor turns and knocks it down. Good ricochet dig off the net and knocked down and in for a kill. Twos. Okay. So in an effort to speed up the match, we won't be covering the Otis Resurrection Christian matchup either, as that just got moved to the auxiliary gym. So we'll pull that one out. We've got a first place championship match after this, so we'll get the first and fifth place matchups, not the third and seventh place matchups. Anna Kenny with the serve for Sterling now at 16-all. Ball tipped up in the attack, knocked down, diving dig out by Sterling. Ball played off the net by Lambrecht, back onto the Sterling side and hammered deep, too deep and out from Daria Kramer. So 17-16 Caliche. Kaylee Lewis and Shani Stump will check in. Ball will be floated deep and popped up high. Set up down the middle, the tip over, down, and misdug by Caliche over and out. Ties us at 17. Sterling will take the serve, and a timeout taken by Caliche. So volleyball action today will, because of the long play that we had on this court, the fact that we're still in pool play, they're trying to get all the placing matches in and get us out of here before the sun comes up tomorrow morning. The championship matchup probably after the conclusion of this about 20 minutes, so it'll be, even if Caliche goes on to win this in a sweep, we're talking 6:30 before we even get started on a potential championship matchup. So not going to want to delay this tournament any longer than they absolutely have to. The tournament officials have moved some matches around, and we provide you coverage of where we're set up. And now Sterling had 7 on the floor with their libero. They got the libero off before the Daria Kramer serve, and 18-17 on the service error. Now Taylor Weingart will serve for Caliche. Weingart lines it short, popped up by Burkholder, set it up, and the attack will be knocked deep. Diving dig Not made by Weingart on the back row. And it's 18 all. Blag and Smock on. Smock will serve. Ball will be knocked down the middle. Popped up back row. Set it up. The angle by Morgan just missed the line. She tried to go cross and got it as deep as she possibly could. And Sterling has their first lead of the match at 19-18. Kayla Smock will knock it down the middle. Popped up back row by Edler. Lewis will set it up. Jan will tip it over the top of the block of the net. Running bumps that up high and at the net. The ball back onto the Caliche side. Jan will turn. She'll angle it over. Diving dig out for Sterling. And then a free ball does not quite crawl the net. So Emma Schultz had to get up off her belly to try and play that one up high. Emma Schultz lines the serve deep and caught the back line. In for the ace, not Emma Schultz. Hannah Jan. Emma Schultz will serve next for Sterling. Jan lines the ball deep. Popped up back row, and then a free ball be played deep by Maggie Adney. Dug up back row by Weingart. Set it up, and Sammy Morgan with the cross drop in for a kill. 21-19. Caliche starting to create that distance. And Schultz, Jan will serve once again. Popped up back row. Set it up, and Adney will float the ball deep. Diving dig out by Weingart back row. Lewis chases it down, and Edler will turn, bang it off the block of the net. Ball popped up high. Lewis will set it up, and the ball tipped into the net by Shani Stump. Lift ball, 21-20. Back onto the floor will come Emily Werner, and Emma Schultz will have the serve. Schultz lines it directly into the net, 22-20. Jaden Lambrecht on to serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Lambrecht lines the ball deep, dug out, back row, popped up high, and the free ball will be played over. Jan gets it back down, dug out, back row by Sterling. The attack deep, too deep and out. Not going to get the tip on the Sterling side that they want. And a timeout will be taken by Kristen Kugler. Caliche will have the serve out of the timeout at 23-20. Ball line down the middle, popped up back row, set it up, and the swing knocked deep. Diving dig out by Jan back row, set up for Edler. Edler will bang it off the block at the net, 24-20. It's game point for Caliche. Lambrecht with the serve. Jaden lines it deep. Ball popped up back row. Set up and down the middle. Blag with the attack. Blocked by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht keeps it up high. Edler pushes it over the top of the block. Dig out. Block back down again by Edler. Again dug out and free back over by Sterling. Jan out. Lambrecht setting up for Morgan. Too close to the net. Ball knocked into the net. One game point staved off. Still game point for Caliche now at 24-21. Ball be lined down the middle, dig out. Back row, Taylor will bang it off the block at the net and down, and that will end game two. 2-0, Caliche on top of Sterling. We'll be back with Game 3 at the 15th Annual NJC Spectacular next on ColoradoPreps.tv.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545 and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
Northeastern Junior College Athletics would like to invite you to support NJC Athletics by becoming a member of the Plainsman Athletic Group. The Plainsman Athletic Group has levels of memberships for both businesses and individuals. For more information on how you can become a member of the Plainsman Athletic Group, call 970-521-6618. All support of the Plainsman Athletic Group goes directly to athlete scholarships, ensuring that Northeastern Junior College athletes get the best education possible. Call now, 970-521-6618, and become a member of the Plainsman Athletic Group.
One of the benefits of being a Premier Farm Credit borrower is having the opportunity to share in the association's profits. Since 2001, Premier has paid out over $26 million in patronage dividends. Call us if you want to be part of a local, member-owned and controlled cooperative that understands agriculture. We offer interest rates competitive in the marketplace, and our board of directors is committed to a patronage dividend program. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Playing sports takes planning. Our day-to-day lives take planning, but we're not all prepared to plan for all aspects of our lives. That's why we have to rely on people like Joel Nelson at Nelson Financial to help us plan for our retirement. Plan and invest in your best interest without compromise. At Nelson Financial, the only certified financial planner in the area, Joel can't help you out unless you call 970-521-7800. Nelson Financial. Better to plan and not need it than need it and have not planned.
Head to the third, up 2-0. Caliche on Sterling JV, the final pool play match of the gold pool, and then we'll follow this with the championship between Akron and Caliche. I'm Ben Bleck on ColoradoPreps.tv. It's a big-time small-town media production. Sterling will start with a third serve here in the third in the hands of Emma Schultz. Serve fielded by Kaylee Lewis. Back row, Weingart pops it up, and Morgan will free it deep. Ball popped up back row, set it up, and Blagg with the attack off the block at the net, dug out and free back over. Lambrecht will set it up down the middle into the hands of Sammy Morgan, top to the back corner and dropped it down in. Caliche takes the opening point here in the third. And freshman setter Jaden Lambrecht to go to the back row. Lambrecht lines the ball down the middle, popped up backside. Set it up in the attack, hammered deep, diving dig out by Hannah Yon. Ball popped up back row, set it down the middle of the attack, knocked off the block at the net, down and in for a kill for Sterling and Emily Warner to tie us at one apiece. Maggie Adney with the serve for Sterling here early in game 3. Adney, high top deep, popped up high by Yon. Lambrecht underneath it. She'll set it up, and the attack from Taylor knocked into the net. (2-1) Sterling. Adney with the serve. Down the middle, popped up by Edler. Backs that into the hands of Morgan. She is blocked at the net and cannot keep it in play. Sterling takes a 3-1 advantage. Adney steps up and knocks the ball and catches the back line for an ace. Make it 4-1 Sterling. Serve popped up back row by Caliche. Taylor will push it over in deep. Ball dug out back row, set it up in the attack, line deep. Popped up back row by Yon, and they actually call Caliche in the net on the block. 5-1 here in the third. And Adney lines a serve deep. Popped up by Edler back row. Tip up, and the free ball played over by Sammy Morgan. Dugout. Played off, and then the free played over by Werner, but Weingart couldn't get there. (6-1) Sterling. Ball line deep, popped up by Edler back row, set up for Taylor far side. Taylor's big attack, knocked down and in for a kill, can't be chased down. So Caliche going to try and take some momentum here on the serve of Sammy Morgan. Morgan lining it deep, chased down, and the free ball actually got a pretty good attack from Emily Werner. She just could not get it there. May have been better to free it. (6-3) Sterling. Serve from Morgan, line far side. Popped up by Blagg, chased down, and then the attack down the middle from Emily Werner. Blocked by Megan Pierce. The Buffs are within 2 here in the third, up 2-0. Morgan with the serve, line down the middle, popped up back row by Burkholder, set it up, and the attack floated over the block of the net, dug out back row. Lambrecht keeps it up, ball tipped inside the block, or outside the block rather, and outside the antenna. So 7-4 Sterling. On to set and serve comes Marin Patton. Patton lines the ball deep. Ball misplayed on the back row. Chased down for Caliche and freed over by Lambrecht toward the back corner. Chased down by the Sterling Tigers. Set up in the nice attack. Ball dug out by Caliche back row. Pierce will play it to the back corner. Chased down by Burkholder again. Set it up down the middle, and the attack big and out from Emily Werner. Rachel Edler will have the serve for the Buffs. Edler lines it down the middle, popped up back row. The setup from Carly Davis. Carly Davis cannot get it over, and back within 1 comes Caliche. Edler lines it deep, ball popped up back row. Set it up in the attack, hammered by Emily Werner. Missed dug by Jaden Lambrecht. Caliche cannot tie. Serve goes into the hands of Emily Werner for Sterling. Werner. Line down the middle. Ball played up high. Chased down, and then a free ball be played over by Taylor. Popped up back row. Set it up, and the attack will be hammered down the line. And in for a kill as Emma Schultz's attack can't be dug out by Sammy Morgan. And Sterling back up by 3 at 9-6. Line serve at Taylor. The attack of Pierce is blocked back at the net by Daria Kramer. And the Buffs will field once again. Line serve deep, popped up by Edler back row, set it up, and Pierce will knock it off the block of the net. Kept in play by Sterling and tipped back over by Emma Schultz. High set up at the net, lefty tip over the block at the net by Hannah Yon, and down and in for a kill. Kylie Lewis will have the serve now for Caliche, down 10-7. Lewis. Lines the ball down the middle, diving play, freed over by Sterling. And under the net on a collision went one of the Sterling players. And the Buffs within 2, 10-8. Ball knocked deep, popped up high, and a free ball flatted deep Popped up by Edler. Lewis will set it up far side. Jan knocked off the block of the net. Lewis keeps it in play, and Edler will free it over. Ball popped up high, back row by Burkholder. Set it up in the attack. Knocked deep by Emma Schultz. Set down the middle. Stump will go for Megan Pierce, and Pierce tips it down and in, 10-9. Chance to tie at 10 as the line shots down the middle. Ball set up high in the attack, knocked deep. Dug up back row by Lewis. Bump set up high by Stump, and then Pierce knocks the attack into the net. So unable to tie once again is Caliche. Tigers serve down the line. Popped up back row by Hannah Jan. The free ball be played deep. Misplay by Adney on the front row, and the free ball come deep from Patton. Popped up backside by Edler. Set it up for Pierce down the middle. Big attack. And can't be dug out cleanly. And it's 11-10 and a chance to tie. Taylor Weingart on to serve for Caliche. She'll line it down the middle, popped up back row for Sterling. Adney tips it over the top of the block of the net. Ball popped up high by Lewis, and the lefty tip back down the line by Jan. Chase down Burkholder, and then a free ball played back over by Adney. Ball dug up back row. Lewis will set it up. Far side set up for Jan. She tries to line it into the block. Instead hits it into the net, and a third opportunity to tie is wasted by Caliche here in the third. On to serve is Kayla Smock. Her serve fielded back row by the Buffs. Set up in the attack, knocked down and in for a kill by Shani Stump. A fourth crack at a tie off the serve this time of Jan. Back row swing, crawls the net cord and dropped. Anna Kenny comes up with the kill. And a fourth tying point staved off by Sterling. They have to turn around and play a third match in a row. This is their second in a row after this one. They play Briggsdale in the auxiliary gym next. Down the middle, Maggie Adney with the attack. Dropped on down and in for a kill, 14-11. Ball line deep, popped up back row by Lambrecht, and it is not played cleanly, and that'll be an ace, 15-11. Right? Okay. Ball line down the middle, popped up by Jan, back row. Lewis bumps it up, and then Morgan will hammer it deep. Ball popped up, backside by Emma Schultz, and then the turnaround back by Sterling. Stump will set it up down the middle. Morgan tipped Adney's block back over. Jan keeps it in play. Weingart chased it down, and a free ball over by Kaylee Lewis. Chased down by Burkholder, back row for Sterling, and Adney will sit and turn down the middle. Popped up by Edler. Lewis will set it up, and then Edler will knock it down and in for a kill. Jaden Lambrecht and Jess Taylor back on for Caliche. Lambrecht lines it down the middle. Ball popped up back row, set it up in the attack, knocked into the net by Emily Werner. Line serve deep, popped up back row. Trying to keep it up, and Blagg will knock it deep for Sterling. Lambrecht will set it up far side in the hands of Edler. Crawls the net cord, hits the block, punch back over by Edler, then by Sterling. Then Lambrecht pops it up high, and Morgan plays it to the back row, and Sammy Morgan gets the kill. Buffs with a fifth crack at a tie. now in this set. They've failed every previous one. Line serve down the middle from Lambrecht. Set it up, and the punch into the block at the net by Taylor. Kept in play. Blagg will turn. She'll knock it off the block. And again, Caliche cannot tie Sterling as Sammy Morgan couldn't block that one down. Maggie Adney will have the serve. Adney. High serve deep, popped up back row by Edler, sets it up, and then the ball knocked deep by Jess Taylor. Set up down the middle in the big attack, rifled out, dug up by Jan, and then Edler turns and hammers her attack into the net. Hitting her makes it 17-14. 16? 17, I was right. Line down the middle, popped up by Jan, back row, set up by Lambrecht to Sammy Morgan. She's blocked, and down it goes. The timeout is taken by Jeanette Lambrecht. You know your coach isn't happy when your coach calls a timeout and you start walking toward the bench and all your coach does is shake their head. (18-14) here in the third. Caliche took the first two, 25-11 and 25-21. And Maggie Adney continues with the serve for the Sterling Tigers. Out of the timeout, Adney knocks it down the middle. Edler pops it up. Lambrecht underneath it, sets it up for Taylor. Taylor hammers the antenna, and it's 19-14. Adney knocks serve down the middle, fielded by Jan. Set up Lambrecht, and the free ball be played over by Edler. Punch back over in deep. Ball dug out back row, set it up far side, and the attack by Edler down the line and in for a kill. (19-15) line serve down the middle, popped up back row. The attack off the block at the net from Emily Warner, and the dig from Caliche goes over and out, and Sterling takes a 20-15 lead. Hand the serve over to Marin Patton. Line down the middle, popped up by Edler. Lambrecht sets it up, and Taylor will hammer it off the block. Patton will set it up far side for Emily Warner. Off the block it will go, and again off the block of Pierce, and this time a lift ball off the second block. So Rachel Edler will take the serve for the Caliche Buffs. Edler lines it down the middle. Ball popped up back row, running bumps that up, and a attack down the middle, off the block from Pierce, back onto the Sterling side, block back down, joust won by Taylor. And in the net on the joust was Sterling, so another point given the way of the Caliche Buffaloes. 2017. Line serve down the middle, popped up back row by Emma Schultz. Set up, and Schultz will try and line it across court, and it ends up being a hitting error, 20-18. Edler with the serve, short diving dig out, set up down the middle, and again the attack, too big and out from Daria Kramer, and it's now 2019, and this is a sixth or seventh crack at a tie in this set for Caliche, and Sterling's going to take a timeout to talk about it. Sterling's led the entire way here in the third set after Caliche led pretty much the entire way the first and second sets. Tigers come out of the timeout, and Caliche will keep the serve with Rachel Edler. It's gone on a nice run. Edler lines ball down the middle, popped up back row. Running bumps that up, and the attack down the middle, and that will be a Caliche tie. Daria Kramer's hitting error gives Caliche their first tie here in the third. Line shot down the middle will be popped up by the Sterling Tigers, set onto the far side, and the attack down the line, too wide and out from Carly Davis, and it's 21-20. It's a 6-0 run for Caliche, and Edler will keep the serve. Edler lines it down the middle, ball popped up back row, back set, and the attack will be hammered deep. Dug up backside by Jaden Lambrecht, and the setup will go to Jan, tipped over the block at the net, and it drops down and in for a kill, 22-20. 7-0 run. 3 away from winning in a sweep is Caliche. Got to get your consonants right in the words, Ben, if you want to make sure you're using the right one. Edler with the serve. Line down the middle, popped up by Burkholder, back row. Set it up, and the attack will be tipped over the block at the net. Kept in play. Taylor will set it up for Jan. Jan blocked at the net. Not dropped down. Sterling celebrated, but a pancake out by Caliche. Free back over by the Tigers. Lambrecht underneath it, sets it up, and the attack tipped over by Jan. Pancaked out for Sterling, but not gotten a second hit. And a timeout going to be taken by Kristen Kugler. She wants to talk to her team. They celebrated on a ball that they thought got down. That is the cardinal sin in volleyball. Until you hear the whistle, don't celebrate. 23-20. Caliche pumped for that upcoming matchup for Akron. Just got to get 2 more points to get to that. Off a sweep. They took Otis to 5-1 and swept Heritage Christian, and 2 points away from sweeping Sterling JV. Lions heard down the middle. Ball popped up back row. Back set in the attack, tipped over the block of the net. Popped up by Edler. Throw back onto the near side for Taylor. She'll bang it off the block of the net. Diving dig back over onto the Caliche side. Popped up. Lambrecht will set it up, and the big attack hammered deep by Jan, over and out, and it's match points at 24-20. Edler will line the ball deep. Diving dig out. Popped up, and the free ball be played over by Sterling. Kept up. Lambrecht gets in the net. 1 match point staved off, 24-21. Line serve will be played short. Edler will pop it up, set up down the middle, and Pierce will angle it too wide and out. Another staved off, 24-22. Line serve down the middle, popped up back row, set it up, and the attack from Pierce banged off the block of the net, kept back onto the Caliche side. Lambrecht will set it up far side. Young crawls the net cord, diving dig back onto the Buff side. Kept up. Lambrecht sets down the middle for Pierce. It's blocked down, 24-23. 1 more match point if Sterling wants to force this to extras. Werner Knocks the serve down the middle. Edler pops it up. Lambrecht will set it down the middle for Megan Pierce. Banged off the block, and that'll do it. 25-11, 25-21, and 25-23. Coming up next, Caliche and Akron. It's the championship game of the 15th annual NJC Spectacular here at the Bank of Colorado Event Center on coloradopreps.tv.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Allen Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Allen Bear and his staff serve as stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Allen Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Allen and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Allen Bear Agency can serve you.
For certified windshield repair and replacement, you already know to call Smart Parts in Sterling. But what about grill guards, running boards, and other truck accessories, such as BW hitches and 3M clear protective coating for any vehicle? Smart Parts has what you're looking for. Ask about the Vortex system, used for sprayed-on truck liners to protect your truck bed from wear and tear while enhancing the beauty of your truck. For these and other services, see Smart Parts at 530 6th Avenue in Sterling or call 522-5399.